I don't care what your plan is, we're not sticking around to get eaten alive. Me and my crew are leaving, period.
If you want to abandon the work you agreed to do for the Republic, I can't stop you. But you aren't leaving. A 6-month quarantine requirement has been put into effect. Anyone trying to leave without prior authorization is subject. You can sit in a medical bay and go broke, or you can help us accomplish something unprecedented. It's your choice.
Repairing this world will inspire the whole Republic. Don't you want to be a part of that?
Well, yeah, but we aren't looking to die in the process.
I know you're going to make the right decision here, Hull. Come back when you do. Unfortunately, not everyone flourishes in the face of adversity. Scouting parties are already reporting lower Rakghoul populations. Most of our work crews are gearing up. We're finally gonna get this project moving.
If things are back on track, does that mean you'll have time for dinner sometime?
Social engagements aren't in the cards for the time being, but it's kind of you to ask. My ancestors called Terrace home once. Thanks to you, millions of people might call it home again someday. Stay safe, and stay in touch.
Tehedet kusha, ragad tarf tala univers. Ugal ungas, ut tirmu nulu uma. Uma, ormalo mentu gorastuk.
My pleasure.
Jonulu hagan datala mutu ondotta joestakon. Razjono tugu.
Hey there, Captain Childress. I want to thank you for taking the time to see me. You did nice work on that land claim mess. Like we flew this many troops to the armpit of the galaxy so some kids could play pioneer. It'll take way more than it's worth to make this planet livable. Only thing interesting about Terrace is that it's the worst failure the Republic's ever had.
The destruction of Terrace was a terrible loss.
And we almost let it happen again on Coruscant. 300 years after Terrace, we still don't know squat about how to defend against a bombardment once ships are in low orbit.
Look to the past to reclaim the future.
If you mean studying dusty records might save my men's lives, you got that right. I sent commandos to defend a research team at the crash site of the Endar Spire, the last Republic warship shot down over this planet. If we're lucky, that ship recorded the whole bombardment. But my teams lost contact, which means there are desk jockeys in the wild with the most valuable data on Terrace.
What is this ship? Why is it so valuable?
There were Jedi aboard back in the day. Now, we hope it's got data on the attackers. The crash site's a ways out, fast as you can make it. I don't know if we've got survivors. Research team's your number 2 priority. Data's the most important thing. Take anything the Endar Spire recorded to Commander Viki at the outpost.
As you can see by the data, There is no disease in known space that propagates as quickly as the Teresian Rakul plague. Even one individual Rakul can start a pandemic, as we have observed in 81 colonies to date. Until a vaccine can be widely distributed, it is highly doubtful that any civilian colonization effort will yield lasting results. Thank you.
If you're working on a vaccine, I'd like to help.
Working on is a generous term. The last breakthrough in Rakul plague research was 3 centuries ago. HoloNet archives say a Dr. Forn developed a Rakul serum vaccine just hours before the bombardment. I've been trying to acquire the serum, but short of putting a blaster to someone's head, that's not going to happen.
What's your reasoning on that?
There's a pirate camp not far from here. They went after the ruins of Sepanik Memorial Hospital. Sepanik was well preserved. If there's Rakul serum to be found, it'd be there. I asked Commander Viki to step in, but since it wasn't a Republic hospital, the pirates have legal salvage rights.
I'll see what they want in trade for this serum.
That's extremely brave of you. The Death's Claw pirate gang robs anything that talks and shoots anything that doesn't. I can't say what will be required to get this done, but this plague has infected half a planet's worth of people. So if that serum shows up on my lab table, it'd be unethical to throw it away for any reason. I hope my position is clear.
Thank you for coming so fast. I told you the commander would send someone, Gartha.
The commander didn't send him. Don't you recognize a Jedi when you see one?
Then we really are saved. Master Jedi, may I please beg your aid? Have you ever faced a Rakul before?
Is this a research station or something?
We're a Republic archaeological salvage team, cataloging those who died in the Teresian bombardment. Mostly, they call us the corpse counters.
It's pointless work. People are dying out here, so the Republic can have a list they'll never look at.
These people deserve someone to acknowledge their deaths. Only, most of our team were lost this morning when Rakuls cut us off. I was hoping that you might go see if anyone is still alive.
A life snuffed out to feed a monster. I will leave no one to that fate.
To think a virus can turn a sentient being into one of those creatures. We were in the Zerka Works pipeline. If you go soon, there may still be someone there.
No, there's no hope for our friends now. But maybe you can make those monsters pay for what they did.
It's amazing, isn't it? To stand at the site of such history. The fall of Terrace has always cast a shadow over the Republic. So many millions of our people are descended from the refugees who fled its destruction, and we've carried its effects for far too long.
Are you talking about something specific?
I'm sorry, I'm Dr. Synoda. I have made it my life's work to cure Kolu syndrome, a rare cancer that affects only the descendants of Teresian refugees. But I have reached the limits of what I can do without the original settlers' medical records. I came here to access the systems in Terrace's old general hospital, but I, underestimated the dangers.
You could be trying to deceive me.
What could I possibly gain? Please, if you can help me, millions of people would be in your debt. Please go to the old hospital. I have the plans here. There are emergency generators that may still work. If you bring them up, we can download the old records. Bring them back, and you could save millions of people from a life of pain and early death.
This is for you, Gartha. I saw you ahead of me there, before the pack cut us off. just want to tell you, you're wrong. The dead do care what happens to them after they die. I'm one of them now. I hear those monsters sniffing for me in the dark, and I know I'll be with the dead before anyone comes for us. And I do care. But I'd rather lie here 1,000 years undiscovered than have some greedy son of a Hutt like you dig me up just to see what I've got that's worth stealing. I hope someone else finds this and makes you pay for your crimes, like I'm about to pay for mine.
These are all the medical records I could find.
Thank you. I am sure you have braved many higher-profile dangers, but you will never do anything more important. You have saved countless lives. One of them may well be mine. My ancestors fled Terrace 300 years ago, and my family still carries their curse. I thank you. You're back, and I don't see anyone with you. Did you... are they?
Dead? What did you think? The rat ghouls would buy them flowers and send them home?
Actually, one of them left you a message, Gartha.
A message? Oh, that must be Elizu. They were very close. I'll call the base and tell them what happened.
I'm putting in for a transfer. No job is worth this.
I hear you found a way to make it worth your while.
What did you find? Was Elizu alive? What did that lying coward say about me?
He said you've been stealing from the dead.
So dramatic. It's nothing big. The corpses are still filed. The data is preserved. It was just stuff. Jewelry mostly. No one was going to miss it. You're talking about people who died generations ago.
We'll see if you think prisoners have as few rights as the dead.
Very funny.
The commander's sending a team to retrieve the bodies. Thank you for doing what you could.
I also uncovered Gartha's crime. He's been stealing off the bodies.
How could you? You told me those boxes were going to the Republic Archive.
Yeah, so I lied. What, you going to turn me in for that too?
We'll work this out later. We've asked enough of your time. Although, if you have a moment...
I'm afraid I'm not following.
Okay, this'll sound crazy, but there's more rat ghouls at our gravesites than any of the Republic target zones.
Ah, they're just drawn to the noise and the smell of flesh.
We're not any noisier or fleshier than a platoon of soldiers. I think they're protecting their ancestors.
Rat ghouls are beasts. Everyone knows they're not sentient.
I'm not saying they discuss it over tea, but I think something is driving them to defend these gravesites. They were human once, you know. The first ones, anyway. It's a disease that turned them into monsters, and we still don't understand how it works.